All right, I'm Becklane, and this is Catalyst and Company. Catalyst and Company, where once in a while I actually get to get a haircut, and we're catalysting each other's lives as well as our own. And we really work at being the artists we've always wanted to be. Behind me, you can see several paintings that I've been working on. The figure that I've put to the side, because I need to loosen my my brush strokes up a bit and loosen my mind up a bit. As I mentioned in the last video, I was very, very, very sick and was hospitalized, got out last Tuesday, and I'm starting to talk about it with people, what happened. But I'm taking advantage of really my exhaustion and my inability to breathe to to rework some canvases. I have two canvases back here that they did have a painting on it, a figure painting, and it wasn't very good. I ended up naming her Bobblehead Noir. It was so bad, and not terrible, but she did have an enormous head. So I covered the two canvases up, and I'll show you how in just a sec. But I covered the two canvases up and using darker colors. And then yesterday I went through, last night, and then again this morning I went through and finished up the landscape, pulling out colors from the sun, glowing between the branches and the brush down below, and getting lighter as we come up. I really enjoy, I don't love doing landscapes, but I like doing landscapes that are of evening, when the sun is setting or it's dark out. I love walking around at night and taking pictures of people's homes and the way they're lit. I just find it more interesting than normal, everyday. Here, this is a painting of a tree. I love the mess. I love the way the light comes through. I love having detail but not adding detail. I love the way in the evening you will have all these colors shining through, as opposed to this is a blue sky, this is a house, and this is a tree. Those kind of landscapes I can't stand. So I did several of my nighttime landscapes for Chasing Galleries a couple of years ago, and we sold one immediately, and it was pretty complex like that, but it was more dark. It was very, very dark, and I was playing. The level of complexity came with me playing with mineral spirits and oils, and the dry effects we can get from just mineral spirits and oils, and the glossy, glowy effects I can get using Neo McGilp and oil, pressing the two contrasting textures, I guess, up against one another. So that one sold pretty quick. But I haven't done one since. I don't know, did I do 6 of them or something? So I don't do them very often, but I had these canvases and I thought, why not? And you can see kind of how I started the other one. This is pretty much it, although now we've got reference to light coming through the branches and light coming through the brush already. This was just basically brown, teals, dark teals, dark turquoise, blues, what was it, transparent red oxide, kind of just mishmashed and brushed over the top of this figure that didn't work out. And now it's a matter of me just kind of following some reference material that I have, but for the most part, I know what a brush at nighttime looks like, or in the evening looks like, so I can kind of boop along. But I'm really excited. It's just something different, and as I said, is to help loosen me up. As you can see, I'm still having trouble breathing. I get exhausted very, very quickly. If you want to know what happened, you can go on my Patreon page, and I explained it there. And I honestly have been reticent to talk about how I ended up hospitalized and what happened and how sick I am, because I wasn't even, to be perfectly honest with you, up until yesterday, I wasn't even sure I could get what I needed to get better. And now I have some of the things that I need to get better, and we just keep plowing ahead. it's honestly, it's no different than what we usually do. We just keep working and hope something magical happens. That's it. But I didn't see a cure in any way, shape, or form. But now I've had, now I have some of what I need. So fingers crossed, we see what happens. In the meantime, we just keep painting. Now, if you go on my Instagram page and on my Facebook page, there's a painting of a woman, a black woman from about the turn of the century, about the turn of the 20th century. I think she's late 1800s, I'm not certain. It's a painting of a black woman from let's say the late 1800s, and she's wearing this very intricate blouse. The texture of the blouse is very detailed, and her hair is somewhat askew in places and very tight in others. She has an some of the background is in oranges. It's pretty vibrant. So I posted it on Instagram and Facebook because I really did. I thought I had it done, and then I realized it didn't. So I finished it up, posted it. People are responding really well. But this woman in the reference material where I found her, which is basically a catalog of African Americans and black and brown people, people of color, for as long as cameras have been available to, or there have been photographs available. An account on Tumblr that records photographs of African Americans and people of color, black and brown people, starting with the earliest photographs this account holder can find to things through the 70s, 80s, 90s, mainly through the 70s, I think. There's hundreds of photographs, and so I've been gleaning some. But I found this one photograph of the woman with the detailed blouse, and there's no name attributed to her. And I don't blame it on the account holder. I don't blame it on this Tumblr account. So many people, of course, have been photographed and they've gone nameless. That it's not surprising. There's no information on this woman. So I posted her on Facebook and said, you know, I don't have a name for her. And I said to my friends, can you help me come up with a name? And one name that came immediately to me was Grace. I felt her name should be Grace. But I asked people, what do you think? And I've actually gotten a number of different suggestions. So what I'm going to do is keep writing down suggestions because people keep sending me suggestions. I'm going to cut these up, fold them up, put them into a little jar or something, and then we will choose her name together. We will give her a name. We will give her basically an existence. We'll choose a name for her out of that jar from our community. If you would like to suggest a name, please put it in the comments section. Let me put it in the comment section down below, but let me read you some of the ones that people have suggested. Sophia, my friend Lori suggested La Becca, because my name is Rebecca, so she suggested La Becca, but Sophia, La Becca, Grace. We've got actually 5, 6 different Graces. People have suggested Grace. Ollie May, I believe. Ollie May. Glory. Olivia. Lily May. Pearl. Odile or Odell. I think it's Odile. Lucille. Clara May. Ethel May. Loretta. Rose. Della May. Lily. Another Lily May? No, Lily May. That's the one. Pearl again, and of course Grace again. And then some more came in a little while ago. I just haven't written them all down. So if you would like to suggest a name for this woman, if you would like to suggest a name for this woman who is unknown to us, please put it in the comment section down below. I'll put it on a piece of paper. I'm going to cut all these up, put them in a jar, and we'll pull out a name together, okay? Let's make her existence meaningful. All right, I'm Becklane, and this is Catalyst & Company. Catalyst & Company, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so sorry. The problem with what made me sick is it's affected my memory. It's also, that's why you've watched me for so long just go like, oh, I lost my words. I couldn't even figure out what was going on. But yeah, it's affected my memory. It's affected my mood. This illness affected my mood. It's affected the pain. It's affected everything. But I'm doing everything I can to hopefully get out of it. It also affects my eyesight. When I was in the hospital, I lost my eyesight in this eye. I had a big orb right in the middle and I couldn't see anything. And today it's switched over to this eye. I've got like a prism line going right down the middle, which is kind of interesting. But if you'd like, anyway, blah, blah, blah. If you would like to help support Catalyst and Company, help me get paint, maybe buy me a cup of coffee, I don't know. All the links are down below, including links to TeePublic, where they're having a sale right now, 35% off. And you can get images of my artwork printed on t-shirts, mugs, blah, blah, blah. There's also Patreon, where you can give monthly support for as little as $5 a month. I am horrible at communicating with people on Patreon, even though I really appreciate it and I depend on it. I do appreciate it. I just get overwhelmed. And then there's Cash App, PayPal, but also if you're interested in some of the work, the links to, or all the contact information for my reps are down below, including Jay Louise at Blue Egg Gallery, Mark and Andrew at Chasen Galleries here in Sarasota, and my friend Raphael Coelho up in Newark, New Jersey, who I just heard from yesterday. Boy, that made me feel good. All right, I'm becklane. Ready, Carrie? Here we go. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, let's make it through another day. I have a new haircut. We have to make it through another day. Here we go. Meow, meow, meow. Boink.